This is Ford Takeaway, sponsored by your Southern Quality Ford dealers.
You know what? To some extent, I feel like Kellen Moore Miyagi'd us. We got 9 weeks of a clunky wax-on, wax-off offense, and just when you're pretty sure the whole season is a waste of time, Tyler Shough channels his inner Danielson and crane kicks Carolina, and there is suddenly optimism going forward. The Saints win at 17-7, smiles all around, and an easier schedule coming after the bye. Now let me say this to start. This victory would not have been possible if not for the Saints defense. Carolina had just 175 yards of total offense in this game. That is by far their lowest total of the season so far. Bryce Young's quarterback rating, a terrible 62.8. The secondary played its best game of the year. But what Demario Davis and company did best Sunday in Charlotte was shut down a really good Panther running game. Carolina came into this game 5th in the NFL in rushing, 4.7 yards a carry, and the Saints held them 66 yards under their average. At number 3, after not being traded at the trade deadline, Chris Olave played with a spark. It was interesting to see what Olave could do when a quarterback is really letting it rip. Olave's numbers are excellent Sunday, but he has had bigger days than that in the NFL. There was just something about how he played that was freer, and he clearly has set up a quick connection with Tyler Shough. Shough targeted Olave 8 times. That's twice as often as any other receiver, and Kellen Moore rethought his wide receiver room without Rashid Shaheed. You know what receiver played the most snaps Sunday? It was Devon Vele, and I don't think it's a coincidence. The Saints ran for 122 yards. A big blocker on the perimeter helps. At number 2, though, obviously this game is all about Tyler Shough. Shough's numbers Sunday are excellent. 128 is the Saints' best passer rating this season, but the number that really stands out to me is 10.4 yards per pass. That's elite. If Shough did that for a season, he would be the best in the NFL, and it means he was getting the ball downfield. Sunday, the Saints had 4 pass plays of 20 yards or more. That has been a problem all season. It was not a problem in Charlotte. And how's this? Juwan Johnson told Seth Lewis in the locker room after the game on both his 52-yard catch in the first quarter and his 30-yard touchdown in the fourth. On both plays, he was Shough's last option. Tyler Shough bought enough time on both plays to work his way through his progression and find his last option. Shough's pocket feel was excellent. He avoided rushers, and he threw the ball with touch and accuracy. Bottom line, he was better, quicker than I think any of us would have thought possible. And it begs the question, what now? Let me tell you what now. If Tyler Shough can prove this day wasn't a fluke and the Saints are not in the quarterback market this coming offseason, that would greatly speed up the Saints' rebuild. Even with the win, New Orleans would pick 2nd right now in the upcoming draft. That's if the season ended today. And if they already have their quarterback, they would suddenly have a lot of resources to spend in other areas. This might have been a franchise-altering win in a good way. Tyler Shough's got 7 more games to prove that what we saw Sunday is real. But Miyagi looks a lot smarter today than he did last week. And that's my 4 takeaways from the eye-opening win in Charlotte.